What's up, everybody? I'm Randy.
And I'm Joe.
And today we're here to talk about Dragon Ball.
Has Frieza pushed Goku's rage to new heights? And can Goku avenge the life of his close friend Krillin? The only way to find out is to stay tuned to the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Like I said before, today we're going to be discussing everything Dragon Ball, from Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, up to Dragon Ball Super. And honestly, it's probably one of my favorite things. Dragon Ball was a big part of my life growing up and stuff. I watched it faithfully when it was coming out over here, when it first released. Mainly Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball was out in early 90s, late 80s or whatever. So in mid 90s, early 2000s, if you grew up obviously 95 or later, you probably were watching Dragon Ball Z. So I got the collector's edition. Obviously Blu-ray, had to get that. So that's pretty sweet. That has all the episodes, 291 episodes. They were adapted from the last 341, I think, stories from the manga from 1988 until 95. And then it premiered from, what year was it?
1984?
No, that's Dragon Ball. Go to Dragon Ball Z. Where's Dragon Ball Z? It premiered from 1989 until 1996. So that's how long Dragon Ball Z ran for, it was almost, I'm pretty sure it's double the episodes of Dragon Ball, because I think it's 153 episodes of Dragon Ball, right? Yeah, because I just actually recently finished watching Dragon Ball again 2 days ago, and now we just started, me and my one buddy, watching Dragon Ball Z, because he's never seen it. He's really young, so it was cool to get to start watching that. But this box is super sick. It's got the art on it. I actually picked this up off Amazon when they were on sale. You can only get them anywhere between like 130 and like 220 bucks, I think. But each one of the cases has its own individual art from each, obviously, whatever saga it's on. The Majin Buu saga, Babidi saga, Cell saga.
That's awesome.
So
my experience with watching Dragon Ball came like when it was on late night in the 90s, like late 90s, Toonami or whatever. And I could just remember, like, I was into it, but it seemed like you guys know how it is, like the episodes just like take forever, like the whole Frieza saga and stuff. Like
some episodes take literally 4, 5, 6 episodes just for them to charge up.
Yeah, like it seemed like it was never moving along and stuff. But I watched all the way through like Cell, Majin Buu, all that, and then I kind of got out of it after that. But
they also I have the 13 movie collection, which there's more movies like this one. Battle of the Gods isn't on here. There's tons of movies. We actually just
went. Yeah,
we've seen the exclusive release, I think, in theaters only. Which if they ever do come out with it some other way, I'm gonna get it. But it was the movie about Supercell, which it picked up during the Cell saga. It was really cool.
And it's all Japanese too.
Yeah. Which I watch everything with the dub anyways. So not the dub, the sub. Excuse me. Yeah. I don't like the dub that much. I grew up with the dub obviously, but the sub is more authentic to watch.
Let us know in the comments, you guys dub or sub?
Yeah, dub or sub. What do y'all like? But yeah, so that's those. And then the most dreaded and hated one of all, the 64 episode series Dragon Ball GT, which I like. A lot of people hated this because they said it doesn't follow the exact storyline and everything, and a lot of people just did not like this. They talked trash on it when it came out. I enjoyed it though. I used to like watching it on TV. I still like it. Super Saiyan 4 came out of it, obviously, which Joey's got me a character. Let's see it.
Yeah.
Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta
right here.
And I recently went to the exchange and found one in the box. So that's pretty sick.
And box.
That's the Dragon Ball GT, obviously.
And this is one of my favorites in the box because the box looks old. I like that old looking.
This is
that's super cool.
What year is this? This is all in Japanese too, but I can't see the year.
This is 96.
Yeah, probably.
Wow, the box looks older than that. Maybe it's just a little sun faded, but I would have thought it was a little older. But what was this going for?
That one was like. What did you say you paid for? 10, 15?
Maybe.
And then this one I paid 20 in the box because the box obviously opened up and beat up. But if you could get this mint condition in the box, you'd probably pay like 45, 50 bucks for it.
Nice.
So pretty cool toy to have. And like I said, that was something cool that came out of Dragon Ball GT was the Super Saiyan 4. I always thought that was awesome.
That is cool.
And then also, one of the greatest things ever, the video games. These are so sick. 2 very awesome games.
Yeah.
I got Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. And I had both these growing up. I had damn near all the games, but this one was my favorite, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2, which they have Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 But that one goes for like $170 to $200, and it keeps going up. I got this one. What did I pay for it? I got the receipt in here too. I paid $20 for this, and now I'm pretty sure this one goes for like $70 now. So I got this on like my deal or whatever at the exchange. So that's pretty freaking sweet.
There's
This one,
many of them. What was the one that I had like several years ago when you and Sean came up and stayed for?
oh, the Xenoverse one.
Oh, Xenoverse.
Yeah, Xenoverse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
all
cool.
the new ones are pretty alright. These ones are always the best though because they have all the original characters. They follow the story mode. Like it's the first like exploration of like the world of Dragon Ball per video game or whatever. So that's why these ones are top tier. These are great games.
I personally don't own a whole lot of Dragon Ball toys. It's mainly Randy is the one that's got a big collection of it. But I do have some of these, and these ones are actually his. I have some of these at home too, though. But they're like the Burger King toys that came out in probably late '90s, early 2000s.
Yep.
And
they're supposed to look pewter, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
You know all the toys back then, they always had like a pewter look to them.
that's plastic there though. But
Yeah.
which one? This one didn't light up. One of the other ones.
Oh yeah, the
lights
Gohan.
up. Yeah, I think
I
the
didn't
Gohan.
even. I completely forgot that the Z lights up on the front. I accidentally clicked the button just now, grabbing them, and
Yeah,
the Z
you
lights
see
up. I
that
was like,
there,
oh
but-
wow! It's the only one out of like how many's over there? 5
Yeah, 5 of them.
out of 5 of them. I got those. I think like $2 for the whole bag of them at a Goodwill or whatever. So that was a cool.
But yeah, I don't have any of the bases. I have a few of these little figs, but I don't have any of the bases. So these are really cool. If you could find these.
Yeah, it's cool.
And then did they come with that card with them?
No, those came with like the figures up there. Oh, hold on a second.
Okay.
Actually, I think there's one. Oh, here, perfect. Like this. I have big Majin Buu on the wall, Pui Pui.
Yeah. See,
But look, see, they came with the cards
yeah, I have some of those cards too.
inside there. I don't know if there's a reflection like there always is. Whoops, that was true. But yeah, so that's pretty sick. I have a book full of these too.
Yeah, that's cool. So I never played the card game, but I imagine it's like similar to Pokemon or some other battling card game. But it looks kind of cool. I think
Yep.
it'd be fun to play.
Yeah, I never played the card game either. I didn't even realize there were cards because every time I'd see the figures as a kid, it was like a friend's loose figure. So.
Heck yeah, but yeah. So the Burger King toys are cool. And just to
What's another
mention
one?
real
Let
quick,
me see another one down there. The Gohan with the spinning.
this one right here.
No,
Oh, this one here.
No, the other one.
Oh my bad. This.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they had these too. I forgot. Other than the pewter figs, they had things like this. Was
Yeah.
this was probably a different
That was from a different line.
different line at a different time. So I wish we had some more of these.
Yeah, those are cool.
But you guys know Burger King back in the day had the fire toys. I mean, so did McDonald's.
Yeah,
and so did
McDonald's.
Wendy's. I mean,
Yeah.
all back in the day, all the places had the fire toys back then. Now it's like
Trash.
man, it's terrible. But anyways,
Oh. So, anyways, but
back to Dragon Ball.
back to Dragon Ball. Even though we were on Dragon Ball,
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
this was pretty sweet. So I have always just picked up random figures and stuff that I found. I found this Frieza one time when me and him went out to the exchange. But if you see at the bottom,
Yeah, why is it spelled like that?
I was to say, see how Frieza's name is actually spelled, and then how it's spelled on here with the EE. So this is because this is a first release from Bandai instead of Irwin, and from what I looked up or whatever, this one was before I think Frieza was introduced on the American version when they were releasing it over here on TV. I think they only knew about him from the manga, so somebody messed up and spelled his name that way. Because I didn't know for months why it was spelled like that. I'm like, well, that's got to be rare. I'm like, if it's spelled wrong like that. But this was the very first run of Dragon Ball Z toys.
What do you think the guy's reaction was when he realized he spelled it wrong and sent out like thousands of toys spelled wrong? He's probably like, shit.
Wow, I messed up big
They're
time.
like, Johnson! Fire!
But yeah, that's pretty sweet. And then they had multiple series of these. Obviously, this is Series 6, so tons. I have a whole strip of the corner of the wall up there, whatever. That's all the different figures. I got Piccolo, Great Saiyaman, Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Gogeta, 2 Vegeta toys, Super Saiyan Vegeta, Super Saiyan Trunks, Cell, regular Majin Buu, Evil Majin Buu, Skinny Majin Buu, Pui Pui, and Deborah up there. And then also that other Vegeta I showed y'all. And then this was sick. Picked this up the other day. The last.
How much do you have invested in this collection, would you say?
Well,
Versus true value.
oh, versus true value. 250, I'd say. And I have like probably a good $350, $400 worth of toys. Because I got a bulk of them in like a big lot. because some of the cards are bent up on them or whatever, and they were like older toys, but they're all mint condition actual figures, and I see actual lots of them going for a decent amount. Just like that Evil Majin Buu figure, I just recently won that. I think I paid $80 for that, but just loose, I see them going for like $85. I picked this one up though the other day because I had no toys from the Dragon Ball Super. This is a Super Saiyan Gohan, and it
shout
has
out to Classic Plastics.
yeah, shout out to Classic Plastics up at Belden Village
They
Mall.
got free water there.
These kids came in the other day and was talking shit, trying to mess with the dude. It was funny, but it has this Build-A-Figure Broly in here. If y'all know Broly, the Super Saiyan, the legendary Super Saiyan, it's got his mid body, which you can tell how massive that is just compared to Gohan right here. It's so huge. I'm like, dang. So I'd like to eventually get all 6 of the figures and build them if I can, but I don't know if I want to open them up. That'd at least be cool to have. So
gotta get 2.
yeah,
2 of every one.
I thought this was kind of neat though when I had them hanging on the wall because you got each series.
And see how it changed over time.
How they each change.
And honestly, like these new packages, this is how they package a lot of new toys. Even like Marvel and different things kind of look
I
similar.
got a Carnage on the wall that looks exactly like
and
this.
it's like those they are sleek and real clean looking, but something about those old packages just look way better.
Yeah, these things are just way cooler, especially showing the figures on the back and stuff. Like these are awesome.
Definitely.
Oh. One last thing I want to talk about before we go: the super-sized warriors.
Super Saiyan.
Yeah, the super Saiyan. But actually, he's not a Super Saiyan right here. He's dead. You can see his halo.
He's dead.
I thought this was kind of cool though. My little cousins actually had which one was it? It's on the side right here. Oh man, is it not on this one? I think it was Super Android 13 or something like that.
I'm posing this question to our watchers. If you could get one wish, if you could gather up all the Dragon Balls, what are you wishing for? Let us know in the comments.
And don't be like Oolong on Dragon Ball with the first wish ever being for women's panties. Because that was some crazy ass shit. And I still die laughing about that every time I see it. Like, wow, the first wish ever on Dragon Balls were wasted on women's panties.
Wow.
So.
There's worse things to wish for, I guess.
Yeah. But thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode with all the Dragon Ball Z characters and whatnot. If you have any more questions about Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Super, we didn't talk much about Super because I'm trying to keep this episode cut short a little bit. And I don't have tons of Super characters. I just mentioned it, obviously, because of the Gohan figure. But if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us in the comments or in the community section or whatever. But, yeah, so remember these.
Cheers, guys.
Oh, yeah, shoot. Cheers.
Oh yeah, and Vegeta's the best.
Real quick for the end of the video, guys, I just had to show off the couple figures and Dragon Balls and stuff I got at the Score during the Steel City Comic-Con I went to in Pittsburgh over the weekend for my buddy's birthday. And then when I got back, my girlfriend surprised me with this. A Christopher Sabat signed Vegeta. I was like, hell yes. And if you know anything about that, that's the voice of Piccolo, Kami, Yamcha, Vegeta, Karin. I think one or two other people, but freaking sweet. This is the first pop I ever got, so this was awesome to get. Shout out to Megan.